Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have a brand new release from BESTECH Knives and we're going to check it out right now. Are you having a good day? Are you having a mediocre day? Are you having a fantastic day? I hope you're having a fantastic day. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Check this out. This is the new BESTECH IVE. Would you look at it? I mean, would you just look at it and all of its iviness? And this is I would say, not a budget knife, but it's a budget knife. It depends on where your budget falls. But in the knife world, it's just about there. It's right under or at the $60 mark. And we're going to check it out. Ooh, look at that. So we have a centered blade. We have I wouldn't call that a deep carry clip, but ooh, I like that. I appreciate that already. Is this a reversible? You know what? I don't know. I don't think that's going to be a reversible clip. Does look like it's going to be comfortable in and out of the pocket. It's a very sturdy clip. This is G10, and if I'm not mistaken, there's like 6 or 7 different versions of this new. This is a budget colorway. I'm pretty sure that they have fancy ones of these, but these are the budget. This is an OSTAP Hell design, and oh wow, look at that. Check out the jimping. This is perfect micro jimping. I'm already appreciating that. I like the G10. Here's a little bit of texture vision for you. It has a little bit of texture vision, but it doesn't have texture feel. You can't really feel it, but you can see it. And we have a little bit of jimps going on the flip back here. And it kind of has that little area that makes your finger hit the top. Let's see what this blade looks like. Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh, wow. Look at that. Now that is a splinter getter. Woo-hoo, mamacita. Look at the point on that puppy. Ooh, wow. Now that, let's see what it does here if I had a splinter. Oh yeah, check that out. So this is definitely what they call, whoever calls a splinter getter. Look at that, how easily it pierces. This is going to be a piercer, and I'm guessing this is going to be definitely one that you could reverse flick. You know, if you're really having to get into a bag of potatoes or really get into that bag of mulch, you know, with the shriek or the shriek. The mulch is going to be history, right? Look at this. That is a wicked looking knife. And I do like this blacked out version to begin with. What is the blade steel? The blade steel on this one, I believe, is 14C. Let's see here. OSTAP Hell. Oh, there you go. 14C 28N blade steel, baby. Now my hand is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. And let's see how it feels. Giving it the light squeeze, just a light Beez squeeze, and giving it the full Beez squeeze, like if I'm really bearing down with the hammer grip. The only thing I'm really feeling are these edges right here at the tip of my fingernail. You can see this edge right here. I'm feeling that. Maybe that could be a little bit softer with a little bit of sandpaper, just a couple passes. I mean, I'm just really nitpicking at the moment, but I like that jimping. That jimping's pretty good stuff. Look at that. You know, I almost wouldn't mind if the jimping went to the top of this poon. Is that a harpoon? Tell me in the comments, would you consider that a harpoon blade? I like this. It's not a Warncliffe. It's kind of a hawkbill. What's that movie? The guy that he invents things and he has the long nose. This looks like that dude from... What's that guy's name? And he has the 2 little kids. I think he adopts... I'm really digressing. I apologize. Let me put this next to a couple knives... for a size comparison. Hey, you know what? This is all about having fun. If it wasn't any fun, I wouldn't do it. This is the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock, and this is the CJRB Pyrite. So it looks like we're right in that size category. Now, if you have an Elementum or a Pyrite or a QSP Penguin, because everybody should have a Penguin, right? Now look at that. If you have a Penguin, you know how thick and how long and how this one feels in your hand. You can see this one has a narrower profile. And let's see thick-wise. They're about the same. Yeah, pretty darn close, unless you're counting the clip. Let's see, if we're counting the clip. Yeah, they're just about the same if you're counting the clip. And let's put a couple more out here. If you have a Vosteed Raccoon, another very popular knife, let's see. There you go. So that gives you an idea. It's a more slender knife, and you know what? It's very lightweight. I like the feel of it. I like the looks of it. And how about the action? Very nice pass-through. Super easy to get to. Look at that. Plenty of room for the pass-through. And how's the lockup? The lockup side, say about 40, 45%. And are we centered? Looks like we're pretty well centered. Yeah, pretty darn centered. Let me back out here. The finish on it is really nice. Let's see. No play, vertical or horizontal. So we have no play, good finish, good fit, a really good feel on it. Just kind of a warm spot, not a hot spot, but kind of a warm spot right there at that tip, at that corner. I can feel it in the palm of my hand. Not hateful, but it is of note, something to note that I definitely feel it. I would say if you had small to medium hands, this knife would be even more comfortable in your hands. I have large width hands, and you know, this isn't a heavy use knife. This is gonna be one of those perfect, oh yeah, look at that. See, I love a good point. This is gonna be perfect for opening packages and all the everyday carry tasks. And yeah, that's comfortable. I like the way it feels in my hand. Here's a little bit of, now, will that blade fall on its own? Let's see. A couple shakes. Let's see. Yep, looks like I got to give it a couple shakes or a really good one because that blade is so lightweight in comparison to the handle, but it is relatively smooth. It just doesn't quite have enough weight to shut itself. Now, I didn't go through and get the specs, or did I? I don't remember. Let's see how long this bad boy is. Inch wise. Looks like we're about 7.1 inches, 181 millimeters, and 4 inches closed, 103 millimeters, and you have a 3.1 inch blade, but pretty much a 3-inch sharpened blade. And by the way, the reason I know the millimeters is because I did find my notes. And speaking of notes, I only wrote down a few things, but look at this. 59 to 60 bucks. That is very cool for this knife. For 14C28N, good blade steel, good action, good fit, good finish. I like the way it snapped. It has a really good snap to it. And this is, let's see how it feels. Now, it's a little thick behind the edge. I'm going to check it real quick. I wouldn't expect this to be a slicer simply because, I mean, if you look, it doesn't have a very tall blade profile. Let's check real quick and see what our blade stock is. Blade stock's coming in at 137 thousandths of an inch, and let's see what we're going to be. And I'm not going to take my time and take several measurements like I normally do when I'm getting measurements on my own. It's coming in at 28 thousandths of an inch behind the edge, which is not, it's not a slicer, but that's not the design of this knife. 29, about 28 to 29 thousandths of an inch, depending on where you're measuring, right behind the edge. There we're getting 25. So you get the idea. It's not like 17 or 18, but then again, this is all the height you have to get from the blade stock down to that edge. Because I noticed when I went like this, that I could feel a little bit, you know, it's a little thick behind the edge, kind of like an axe, but it's not hateful. All in all, this is a great knife. If I want a fine cutter or want one to open in packages with, this is my style. I like this knife, and when I have a knife of this caliber, one that has a blade like this, it's kind of like an elongated hawk bill. I guess maybe you would call that a hawk bill, but this style is what I get when I want to do precise cutting, and it's something I do often. When I want to do precise cutting, I don't want a thicker blade, say something maybe like the Penguin that's not going to get into fine areas. Sometime when I'm doing the pluck and peel or something like that, anything where I want to get in and do some cutting without doing a lot of damage to something external, that's the kind of blade I'm going for. So that is the brand new BESTECH IVE, one of the 6 or 7 new budget colorways. You can get stonewash or the black stonewash like this one. This is the all blacked out version. I really like it. 59.60 bucks, just like I showed you my notes. I think it's a complete win. I don't think you're going to go wrong if you're looking for this style of knife. Let me know what you think about it. And if you enjoy my content and you enjoy checking out knives and gear, give me a thumbs up if you want to support the channel, and go watch this channel. Or wait a minute, that's my channel. Go watch that video. You're really going to enjoy that. And until I see you again in the lives or the chats or the Hive stream on Friday night, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.